Hello everyone, this is Gaurav here. Today I'm gonna explain you guys some basic but important features of Project Libre. So for this I'm gonna start a new project. I'm gonna name it as XYZ and put myself as manager. So this is the interface of the Project Libre blank document here. This side is we call the input side where we're gonna put our assumptions or task list, and for this side this is our output side where we're gonna get our production of our Gantt chart. So for the general project I'm gonna put some name of the task similar to A, B, C, D, E, and final completion for our project. So for changing some duration, we can see that the task duration is here, and here we're gonna see the start date of any task and the finish date of that particular task. So I'm just gonna change some duration of these each task for some random numbers. Let me put some random numbers here: 3, 4, 5, 9, 2, and for final completion I'm gonna put 0, because at this stage we're gonna get our project completed here. So we can see that in the black diamond shape, this in this stage our project gonna complete. So as we can see that there is all of the bar graphs are in blue color, but this bar is in red. So this explains how critical this task is, or how important this path is to complete, to finally get completed project done. So I'm gonna establish some dependency or some relation between these tasks, because every task, by the completion of every task, finally our project is gonna complete. So there are basically two ways to establish some link between them. Like we can say that activity task B is dependent on task A. So basically this means that after the completion of task A, we can complete task B. So for this dependency of task B on task A, I'm gonna put the serial number of first task, that is 1. So we're gonna see that how our Gantt chart gonna change after putting this number. So we're gonna see that there is a link between A and B task by putting some number here in the form of predecessors. So this is the one way of doing that. The other way of doing this thing, similar this thing, is just drag this to the next level dependency activity. So we're gonna see that there is a same activity done here. See, there is a link between now activity B and activity C, and we're gonna see here automatically the serial number of activity B or the task B appears here. So if we're gonna complete our Gantt chart, just simply drag them to the next activity. So by this we're gonna see that each and every task is dependent on each other, and each and every task is critical to finally complete the project on time. So red color appears here, can be explained as critical tasks. So this is the first feature of the Project Libre. For the second feature, I'm gonna assign some resources for project completion. Like we all know that we need some resources for project completion on time. So I'm gonna click resource and resources here. So I'm putting some random names here with which I am gonna use to work on this project. So here are 3 names, obviously their initials are here, and here's the type of work or material what I am seeking from them. So here one thing should be noted that here I am gonna put some wage rates or some uh, money in terms which I'm gonna pay, which would be affected my project overall cost. So I'm putting some random numbers here also, 20, 30. Oh, sorry, it's 40. So we can see that if we are working some overtime, more than 8 hours work, then the overtime wage rate should be presented here. And if we are going good with the 8 hour shift, then the normal standard rate should be appears here. So now the thing is that I am gonna assign these tasks to each resources. Let's see how our Gantt chart formation gonna change. Let's move down to click on task and here Gantt chart. To assign resources to each activity, I'm gonna click here and go to this. Here, this is our list of resources I assigned already. So I'm gonna assign myself for task B, which is dependent on task A. So my name is appear here, so you guys can see that. So this task is totally belongs to me. I am the in charge of this task to be complete in the deadline or duration as explained in the project Libre sheet. But one exciting thing is to note here that, like for this example, I'm gonna change this. I'm gonna assign, like you guys can see that the duration here is 9 days. If I'm gonna assign one person here as a resource to complete this task on time, the time doesn't change. But if I assign one more resource of myself here and see, the time is also gonna change because now two persons or two resources are working on this task and each of doing their 100% work units to complete this task on time. So the duration is almost perfectly half of the previous duration. So that's the second feature for assigning resources to complete the project. One more important and some secret features I have find out that if I am gonna check the cost or each resources timings, I'm just gonna click on view and go to report. So guys, here I can see that the project name XYZ, start date, finish date, the total duration I can see it on one sheet, and total hours I have scheduled for it remaining because nobody has started working on it, and the total cost of this project would be $3160 for me. So that's the, and for other features here we can check resource information, like who the resources I am using, and task information, what's the name of the task, duration, and like resources all along, and at last who does what, who is doing what. Michael is doing, Sanjeev, Gaurav, what is everybody doing here. So on one sheet I'm gonna check, I can check all of the tasks here only. So I hope you guys like this. So that's from my side. Thank you so much.